Welcome to at 2024 War Room on YouTube, and also I'm at Birdman220 on X. Also, 2024 War Room 2 on X. Also, so follow me over there. Doing a long video today. I'm too pumped up for this. Got too much to talk about. I can't do a short. I got to do a long term. I don't know. It might be 15, 20 minutes. Trying to do this once a week. Trying to go through the topics of the day. Topics of my thoughts of what's going on right now with the 2024 election. Few different things I want to talk about today, though, on this Sunday afternoon. It's like 110. I mean, it feels hot as hell outside. It was actually cool for a while in Houston, but now it's getting hot with the sun out. It rained like the whole month of July. And by the way, I got attacked by mosquitoes last night, so if you see me like scratching my face, I kind of got attacked by mosquitoes big time last night. But we'll go through that. Enough of that. So I just want everybody, this is my first time, everybody to know something. This might be hard for some of you to hear, because I see this all the time online, on X and stuff. There are only two candidates that have any chance of winning in the 2024 presidential election. Only two. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. There's only two. Oh, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is in it. He is in the race. He has no shot at winning. Oh, and another thing. Ron DeSantis isn't in the race. I know all you Trump haters on the DeSantis side who spend your whole day on X talking trash about Trump, alleged conservatives, and all you Nikki Haley supporters who magically went to Kamala Harris, right? Most of them. So there's only two people in the race, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. That's it. So reason I bring that up is a couple reasons. Number one, a couple days ago, Friday on X, Kyle Rittenhouse, the kid that was out during the BLM riots and he shot somebody and he ended up being not guilty. I guess he was protecting himself, they said, and whatnot. Anyways, he's been kind of a MAGA guy. He's been on the Trump side. He's been supportive of Trump or whatnot. So he kind of became a celebrity a little bit. And he came out late Thursday night, early Friday morning saying that he was switching his vote from Trump to Ron Paul. And MAGA, a lot of the big MAGA influencers like Cat Turd and this other guy Joey, I forget his last name, but they came out and they just absolutely attacked the guy. You know, he's a traitor, this and that. They come and attacked him for like half the day. Then later in the day, he retracted. He said that some of the Trump team called him, and he's because he had some issues, I guess. The reason he did that, he said, was because he had some reservations about Trump with regards to his gun rights, his Second Amendment record and whatnot. Anyways, my point is, I don't care who you vote for. I literally don't care. But I will say, I have the right to say this. If you vote for a retired congressman, Ron Paul, who's sitting at his house, you're an idiot. He's an idiot. If you're voting for Ron DeSantis, who dropped out of the race in January, you're an idiot. If you're voting for Nikki Haley, when she dropped out of the race, I think in March, you're an idiot. It makes no sense at all. The only thing I know that makes sense is there's going to be a year 2025. There's going to be a 26. There's going to be 27, 28. The 4 years are going to happen, folks. And so you only have two choices. And the choices couldn't be, it couldn't be a further gap. It's not close. They're not like kind of similar. They're not similar at all. They're as far away as far away can be. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. So if you say you're a conservative, I see a lot of these people say they're conservatives, but they just despise Trump so much that they would rather vote for Kamala Harris, vote for Ron DeSantis, who's not in the race, or vote for nobody, than to vote for a candidate that, even though you may not like him personally, which I understand some of that, they would rather be right and the day after Election Day say, I told you so. They would rather that than maybe I should make a decision based upon maybe the country's going to be in a better spot if Donald Trump's the president. Which, if you're conservative values, let's go through some of the values. You want a strong border. How was the border during the Trump administration? Pretty damn good, right? Do you know how many illegal crossings they had during 2017 to January 2021? Less than 2 million. Okay. How many do you think The borders are Kamala Harris and Joe Biden had since January 2021 to right now. It's like over 7 million, folks. I'm not a math major. It's like $5 million more illegal crossings of the southern border. That is a huge difference. So if you want a secure border, you vote for Donald Trump. What about foreign policy? How is the foreign policy? I mean, call me crazy. We're on the verge of World War III. You've got Ukraine and Russia, right? I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if China's involved. What's going on there? Not only that, you have literally right now or early tomorrow, there's allegedly going to be a strike from Iran to Israel. I mean, it's popping up. You've already had Israel and Palestine, right? You have all this stuff popping up, all these wars popping up. Not one new war was started by Donald Trump. Okay? There was not one new war under Donald Trump. How about economics? Have you tried to buy, have you looked at the mortgage rates right now? They're over 7%. The Biden-Harris economic policy got you 25 or 26 straight months where the inflation rate was higher than the wage percent. So basically, when you got a raise, it didn't even cover the inflation rate for 25 consecutive months. How long have they been in office? 30, 40 months? It's crazy. Not only that, let's talk about economics again. On Friday, 2 days ago, there was a recession signal based upon, don't quote me on the model, I think it's a SOM model. Trump's campaign manager sent this out. I looked at it. So on Friday, it was announced that the unemployment rate went to 4.3%. If you look at the previous 3 months, July, June, and May, I don't know the exact number. I think it was around 4.1. If you look at that unemployment rate number, if it was 0.5 higher than the lowest 3-month average in unemployment rate in the past 12 months, it signals it's a recession signal. It's happened 10 or 12 times in the history since they've been doing this, since like the early 1950s. Every single time that they had that number above 0.5, a recession started. Hello? Now, allegedly, they're saying now that it may not actually start a recession because of, I don't know, income levels or whatnot. I guess there's incomes are still good, that's what they're saying. But there's a very, very high possibility we're getting ready to go into a recession. So, if you don't like Trump personally, but you vote for people that aren't even in the race and you say you're a conservative, you're an idiot. Or these Republicans that vote for Kamala Harris. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So, you can vote for who you want, but believe me, I know who I'm voting for. So, next topic, the debate. I want to talk about this for a minute. Kamala Harris, who's been on the scene for like 5 seconds, she's been the nominee. It was like they just gave her the nomination, right? It hasn't even been 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks ago today that Joe Biden dropped out. So she's the new nominee. They just threw her through. They had a virtual roll call the other day to make her the official nominee, so all the delegates actually transfer from Joe Biden to her. So she's already the official nominee. I don't even know why they're having a convention. But anyways, this debate that was supposed to happen. So Joe Biden and Donald Trump agreed to a debate back in, I believe, May. That would happen June 27th when they had that debate. And they had another one scheduled for September 10th. Well, like I said, Kamala's been around for less than 2 weeks as the nominee. And she keeps saying, well, we're supposed to have a debate September 10th. And now she's saying, because Trump ended up, I don't think he wants to do that debate now with ABC. He already did it with fake news CNN, right? June 27th. I mean, ABC's, they're all left wing, right? But he doesn't want to do that debate now. First off, she keeps saying that he's backing out of the debate. That's what the Democrats are saying. That's his talking point. He never agreed to be in the debate. He agreed to debate Joe Biden. They just, it's like they have the same regime. They just changed out the nominee, and it's like, no, that's not. And it's all strategy, folks. It's all strategy. Like, I understand why Trump does it. Maybe there's a strategy behind it, you know? But he never agreed to the debate with her. You can't step in and be like, she can't be like, Donald, you're not going to the debate. What's the problem? Kamala, you were never invited. You were never invited to the debate. You just became the nominee like 5 seconds ago because your Democratic Party had not nominated you, not the citizens of the country. You just bypassed that stuff. It was all shenanigans, dude. It was all set up. Don't get me, I won't even go to that topic today, how these herd animals on the left, these people, they talk about the cult of the right with Trump, which, okay, I get some of these people are probably cultish a little bit. Okay, well, I'll acknowledge that. But have you ever seen a herd animals of the left? I mean, these people fall in line quicker than anybody I've seen in my life. I mean, you could put up a dead sock puppet on the left. If they pull the pro-choice lever, they're all in. They don't care. I'm saying, how else do you think John Fetterman got elected at Pennsylvania, the senator from Pennsylvania? I mean, this guy, he couldn't even talk. He couldn't even carry on a sentence. This guy wins Pennsylvania as a senator. They don't care. So the debate, he never agreed to. And then the other thing is he ended up saying, well, we'll do a debate on Fox News September 4th. And then she doesn't want to do that one because it's Fox News. Oh, okay. What, is Fox News the one that slightly tilts right out of all the other 900 different TV stations? They're all left-wing. They're all left-wing. CNN, all of them. MSNBC, ABC, they're all left-wing. The only time that CNN seemed like they were right-wing was when they were trying to oust Biden June 27th. You all watch that? The June 27th debate when Biden screwed up and did a horrible debate. And you kept watching the moderators, Jake Tapper and Dana Bash. You're like, damn, they sound like they don't like Biden. You knew something was up. They all turned on him. They did a 180. Don't get me started on that. So the debate, he never agreed to the debate. He never agreed to it. But they're going to go back and forth. Let me get to my next point here. Coffee's fantastic. So what do I think? What do I think Trump's strategy should be going forward? Let me tell you what it shouldn't be first. I think he should stop talking about what race Kamala is, if she's half, whether she's black or Indian or this and that. I get where he was going with it. He just didn't articulate it well, which sometimes happens with Trump. He'll just walk right into stuff. I think the thing about that is I could care less what race anyone is, okay? And I think it's worthless to even talk about it. But the point regarding that I think he could have hit on is she seems to be a chameleon. She seems to lean in wherever she's at. If she's with a large black audience, she's going to lean into being black. If she's in an Indian, if it works for her, she goes Indian. Even in Atlanta a few days ago, she all of a sudden got a Southern accent. She doesn't have a Southern accent. All of a sudden she had a Southern accent. I just think it shows how phony she is. So she is black. We know that. She is part Indian, okay? Her dad's from Jamaica. I think her mom's from Asia somewhere. I don't know, a particular Asian. But I don't think he should lean into that. I don't think that's... This is what I think he should do. I think that's I think it's worthless to do that, other than the fact that she's pretty phony. But I don't think that's a very... I wouldn't even deal with that. I wouldn't even talk about it. I really wouldn't. Why? Because Kamala Harris's record is so bad. It's not even close to being bad. It's like really bad. And so my thing is, he needs to debate. I would try to get 2 debates and 1 town hall in. I would play major offense against her because what she's going to try to do the next 90 days is hide out just like Sleepy Joe Biden did in 2020. When Sleepy Joe, he didn't know where he was at. He's in his basement. He barely did any interviews. You didn't know where he was at. She's going to do the same. Because if you ever see her off script, I mean, she's a walking word salad when she's off script. She sounds like an airhead, and that's just the way she is. And I think I've heard Vivek Ramaswamy say this a couple of times. I don't know if it's reference to this, but just he uses this term. It's not a bug, it's a feature. And I was talking about the way she talks and stuff. I think the Democrats actually like that because they can control you more. They don't care who it is. Kamala's just she's just figurehead. And it's kind of like that with Joe Biden, right? I mean, really? John Fetterman? You think, I actually kind of like John Fetterman a little bit now, but you get caught up in the way she talks and stuff. Well, yeah, I know. She sounds terrible, but does it matter? But that's why I would try to expose that. I would try to expose all this and have 2 debates in one time. I'd play offense because she's getting exposed big time. You cannot, their record is so bad, you should talk about it nonstop. It's so bad. As I was saying earlier, the 2 things I would dial in non-stop right now is the border, the southern border, and the economy. The southern border, as I spoke earlier about, the amount of illegal crossings at the southern border is so amazingly higher than the Trump administration. They had almost as many illegal crossings during the first 14 months of the Biden administration as Trump did in the whole 4 years. Imagine that. The first 14 months of the Trump or the Biden administration had more illegal crossings at the southern border than the previous 4 years under Trump. It's insane. So I would talk about that all the time. I talk about how Biden got into office and the first thing he did was in the Remain in Mexico program. Okay. So what happens now? Before you cross the border, they send you back. You have to stay in Mexico until you get your case, whatever happens with your case, your trial. Now, you cross the border illegally. You stay in America. Not only that, they fly you to the freaking hotels. You're living like a king. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. And then you look at Kamala's, what has she said historically on the border? What has Kamala Harris said historically? Oh, well, she wants to give, look it up. She wants to give free health care, free Medicare, and free public schooling to all illegals. She doesn't even use the word illegal. Because it's so mean. It can't say illegal. It's immigrant. No. There's illegal immigrants and there's illegal immigrants. It's just a fact. You're not living in real world. You're not living in real world. Okay? The thing is, let me ask you this. She says the Democrats are trying to erase the fact that she was the border czar, but then she's trying to say she's going to be hardcore on the border. Well, if you want to erase the title of border czar, there's a reason why the entire Democratic establishment wants to erase it, because in reality, if you look at the factual numbers, it tells you how bad she is. So to me, if you want to run on the border as Kamala Harris, you should own the border czar. If I was Trump, I'd own the border czar. Because you have a great record on the border. But if you have a terrible record, of course they don't want to run on that. So, like I said, I would just push the border. I'll tell you the most funny, this is my last thing on the border. If you look, when she was announced that she was going to be the border czar, and I think it was March of 2021, if you saw this, she said she was going to find the root causes of why people from Mexico, countries within Central America, she named off 7 or 8 countries. She wanted to get the root causes of why they come here. What? This is crazy. This is not a science project. Does she not have any common sense? Why do they want to come to the United States? I don't know, Kamala. Maybe it's free health care. Maybe it's free Medicare you talk about. Maybe it's free schooling. Maybe the fact that they can go across the border and they send you to these nice hotels over New York City or wherever the hell they want to, Martha's Vineyard, or wherever the hell they want to send these people. There's a lot of reasons why they come here. Genius. Hello? This is mind-bogglingly insane. She wanted to go find the root causes. Really? That's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. The root, what is it, science? What is this, a 12th grade project on the border? That's insane. So the borders are winning. The economy, are you kidding me? We're as I said earlier, we're on the cusp of a freaking recession, dude. It's very likely at this point. Very likely at this point. Oh, well, the stock market's up. Okay, get ready for that. It just dropped 1,200 points the last 2 days, Thursday and Friday. And I talked about earlier how the recession signal has went off. It doesn't mean we're in a recession yet. but it's a very, very good chance we're going into a recession right now. I would talk about it nonstop. I would talk about it. How in the hell do you come into office with mortgage rates at like 3%? Now they're at 7.4, 7.5. Unbelievably high rates. You had a 25-month streak of wage percent being lower than the inflation rate. Wages were moving much lower than the actual inflation rate. It's insane, right? I mean, there's so much you could talk about on those two issues. I would drown people with the facts. Because the record's terrible. You get into crime. I mean, she doesn't even. What does she do? The bailouts for the some of the rioters during BLM. She's not tough on crime. I mean, you could just eat up her on just the issues. And I know sometimes you got to sprinkle in some other stuff, but it's not really that. These are the main issues. So stay away from this. Oh, is she black? Is she? We know she's black. I think the point he was trying to make, and I go back to this, is she tends to lean in and be fake about it. And I think that's my opinion on it, but it's such a minor thing. And the other minor thing to me is this. Came out that Kamala Harris, I think a couple of days ago, came out that her husband cheated on his first wife with the nanny. So, I mean, I guess that's a story. I just don't think it's a big deal. I don't think, that's another story. I'm just like, okay. I mean, what did Trump do? You know, I mean, Trump's crazy himself. I mean, I don't know. I mean, okay. What is Trump, the poster boy of only sleeping with his wife? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's a major thing. Yeah, it's embarrassing, I'm sure, for him, and it's like questioning this and that, but I just don't think it's a big deal. So just stay on the main topics. And I know it's tough for Trump being disciplined, believe me. He's disciplined about 5% of the time. I love Trump, but, the guy, I mean, he's not good at being disciplined. But right now, according to Polymarket, it's 54% chance of Trump being elected again, and then 43% for Kamala Harris. But really, I think it's really tighter than that. It's really not that big of a disparity. It's 11 points, but still it's pretty tight. So that's all I got, folks, for today. Went a little longer than I thought I was going to go, but trying to do some more of these regular, trying to get us some updates. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens going forward. We'll see what happens. Pray for Israel. I don't know what's going to happen here in the next 12 hours, 14 hours. And then will Kamala's bounce keep bouncing? And I hope not. I don't think it will, but Trump just stays on message. And I think, like I said, I think he needs to schedule 2 debates and then 1 town hall. I think he needs to keep the offense against Kamala.